Hey YouTube, Sandy Frank here. Today I wanted to do an episode of Hobby talk about, it's perfect timing to do the 2022 year in review and maybe do a little talking about what I think we're going to see in 2023. So I think my biggest takeaway from 2022 was probably just what a mess Topps Chrome was. Topps Chrome was just a disaster. I think that was the biggest story for me in 2022 as far as collecting stuff. So I actually think it was a really bad year for Topps overall. It seemed like there was a lot of quality issues, a lot of miscut cards, a lot of damaged cards. I know, especially in like Bowman Chrome, just terrible card quality. And Topps Update was the Chrome version of Topps Update was also very, very bad card quality. Miscut cards, scratched up cards, cards with indents on them, just very poor. And I think when you see a lot of stuff like that, it means that they have ramped up the presses, increased the card production and moving the lines quicker. They have less time to do a quality product, and I think that was the main culprit behind it, is them just ramping up production and printing things, massive print runs on things, that's for sure. So also is kind of a story. They put out a Topps Chrome Update hobby box, which is the first time ever that a company has put out a hobby box that isn't really a hobby box. It was actually just a bunch of retail packs wrapped up in a hobby box. I think I have one of those over here. Yeah, right here. I bought a couple. I was going to open them. They weren't super expensive, but they were advertised as hobby boxes, and they're actually just retail packs. So they made it look like a hobby box, kind of. So very strange decisions by Topps this year. I'm going to open that at some point. But I knew that I was probably just getting retail packs, and sure enough, I mean, even the packs on them don't even have the little hobby symbol. So they're just basically, they took a bunch of the retail packs and packaged them, calling it a hobby box. Really strange. But I do want to say my favorite Topps products in 2022 for baseball. My top three, in no particular order, was Allen Ginter. Now, Allen Ginter is a paper product, and I thought that was really good. They had a nice checklist, nice cards in that set, a lot of good rookies. Also the Allen Ginter X cards I thought were really nice. I think I have some Allen Ginter cards up here somewhere, but I don't want to try to dig them up. But, oh, there's some right here. I can show you. It's like, this is the design of the Allen Ginter X card. Nice rookie card symbol on them, not hard to tell it's a rookie. Just a nice card design, nice quality. Allen Ginter was still pretty good, and it has all the good rookies. Also the logo fractor Topps Chrome, I did like that one quite a bit. It was something you bought straight from Topps and was not very expensive for what you got. There was lots of autos in those boxes, and there was a lot of colored cards, a lot of numbered cards. I thought it was really neat, and I really liked the logo fractor finish, even though a lot of those were kind of miscut also. They had a lot of problems with Chrome cards this year. And then also the Brooklyn collection. That was an online only that used to have to be in the Montgomery Club to get those, but this year anybody could buy them, and I did buy a couple boxes of those. I want to open those and see what we get in those. But yeah, the Brooklyn collection. There's what those look like, the boxes for those. So those were pretty nice cards. And again, a set that had all the rookies. See, Topps was plagued by half the year, more than half of the year, all the good rookies that were playing so well in 2022 were not in any of the baseball stuff. And it was a bad year for Topps. I'll just say that. Now, in Star Wars, I think they kind of overestimated how strong their Star Wars brands were, because, and they're still doing it now, where they really overprice Star Wars products when they first come out, and then it seems like you're able to find them a lot cheaper later. So I'm hoping that's what happens with Topps Chrome Galaxy. I did buy one box because the cards actually look really nice. And it seemed like it was holding up at that price. So I did buy one box. I haven't got it yet, but I'm going to open that on the channel when I get it. And also got it in on a break and did pretty good. So I got basically 2 boxes worth of cards. So that set is really nice, but I'm really hoping the prices come down on those, because I would open a lot more if they were like the 2021 Topps Chrome Galaxy, where they were like $100 a box, or they quickly went up to like $150, and now they're like $600 a box. But that set was amazing. This set, at first I thought the art was not that great, but there are a lot of cards in that set that are amazing that I definitely want to get hold of. So, but Topps really raised the prices of that, and also Finest. Finest has dropped way back down, and it's starting to go back up again. But they're mispricing some of these sets, I think. And I think they're just saying, oh, people liked this set last time, let's triple the price and triple the print run. And that's how you're going to lose a lot of people, is when you do stuff like that. But hopefully they did make a lot of Topps Chrome Galaxy, and the prices will come down where I can buy a couple boxes. Also, an online version of Star Wars, the T206 cards. They did the first ever Star Wars T206 cards. Those look amazing. I do have some of those, of the ones that have come out. They're not all shipped out yet. They're still making, I think, wave 4. I have the first 3 waves. I have not opened any. I want to open those on the channel. Those are really good, and have been received very well by collectors. I'm really excited to open up some of those on the channel. So those are probably my 3 favorite sets, even though I really hate the pricing on Galaxy Chrome. I think it's overpriced, but who knows? I mean, 2021 Galaxy Chrome is $600 some a box, so maybe Topps found the right price for it. They priced me out mostly, though. Okay, so MetaZoo, another thing that we open up on the channel, they put out some nice sets, but matte pricing was kind of a disaster, I think. They wanted to keep their products at a high price artificially, and I think this really blew up in their face, because they also adopted a policy to try to punish sellers that sold the boxes below matte pricing. Matte pricing just does not sell. I mean, it's so massively overpriced that, you know, there'll be a few people that buy it at that price, just huge MetaZoo fans. But if you wait a month, you can buy it for less than half, almost a third of that price. And I think that really killed MetaZoo, and their decision to come down hard on people that sold it for less than matte pricing, I think, is going to continue to really bite them, and I think ultimately might kill off the MetaZoo completely. But the card quality on MetaZoo has been fantastic. It seems like each set that comes out, the card quality is a little bit better and better. They are running circles around Pokemon as far as card quality. I will give it up for MetaZoo on that. So 2022 was great. as far as card quality. I think they overprinted a couple, like the Wilderness set and UFO set. They printed way too much, which is fine if you want to buy some and open it because it's super cheap. But I think they're starting to correct their print runs. Like with the Seance set, it's half as much. Now they only make 50,000 boxes of that. So my favorite Mezzu set of the year was definitely Wilderness. It had a nice, really cool secret rare, the Green Man, that made it really awesome chase. Plus you had the golden tickets, silver tickets. I mean, so many cool cards you can get out of that set. And the price is really great. I mean, you could buy Wilderness booster boxes for like 60 bucks, maybe less. Maybe a little bit more than that, but great price, great set, great art, great quality. I mean, that was my favorite set. I loved UFO too, but it didn't have that secret rare chase that you really like. They had the cards that went to space and were kind of like alternate arts, but they didn't have that same allure as that secret rare. Okay, so now we're talking about Pokemon for 2022. They continue to put out these Sword and Shield era sets, but they introduced the V-Star card. That was new for this year, and they definitely have been continuing their momentum. A lot of people really like these Sword and Shield sets. A lot of people speculate on them, I think, and they're definitely printing a ton of it. And when they're printing, when they're you know, ramping up the presses, card quality suffers. And I definitely have seen the US versions of Pokemon has very bad card quality, and it got really bad in 2021, and I think it's a little better in 2022, but it's still pretty bad. You get a lot of off-center cards and a lot of white edges on the back of the cards that just never used to happen with Pokemon. And it all happened with the boom when they had to really start ramping up production. So the pull rates also have been in 2022 have been atrocious. I mean, it's so hard to pull really nice cards from the 2022 Pokemon sets. It's really changed the way people buy Pokemon. It's mainly you just buy the singles. I mean, the booster boxes and packs it's so hard to pull good cards. Why not just spend that money and buy the singles that you want anyway? I mean, they've done some research on this. Some of these rare alternate art cards, it's like 1 out of like 1,500, 1,600 packs to get one. I mean, just to get one that you like, a particular one, that's just crazy pull rates. Like, really tough to get anything good. And also another highlight was the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection came out, and Pokemon definitely are showing that no matter how hot the set is or the product is, they can meet demand. You can still find, I still see the Charizard Ultimate Premium Collection, Ultra Premium Collection at my local Walmart, at retail price. And it was an expensive set, but it is pretty cool. And a lot of people thought, oh, gotta buy this up because this is gonna be so hot. But Pokemon was definitely able to keep up with the demand. Actually, I think they might have overprinted it, but at least it's available. If you really want one, it's out there for the retail price. My favorite Pokemon set was Lost Origin. You might think, wow, that's a weird choice, but there are the two Pokemon cards that I want the most out of all of 2022 are both from that set. The Giratina Ultimate Art and the Aerodactyl Ultimate Art. I love those arts, and I really want to get them, and Lost Origin is so tough to pull those cards. The pull rates, like we were talking about, but when you have the two cards I want the most are in the same set, I'm going to have to pick that set as my favorite set. Well, in the world of grading, that's another thing we do a lot on this channel is grade cards. Grading in 2022 got much more affordable. I mean, prices came way back down to more of a reasonable level, but still kind of high. Right now, you can grade cards for $15 a card at PSA with these specials. But the pop reports exploded, especially as all these cards that people sent in during the pandemic, they're now in people's hands and on the market, and the market has definitely corrected on a lot of cards, and it continues to correct, especially on like more widely printed cards like base cards, stuff like that, more common cards that got graded. You know, the prices are definitely correcting, which is great if you buy slabs, but it also is causing an alter effect. Like a lot of the flippers that would buy cards and grade them and flip them, a lot of those have gone on to other interests, have moved on, because you can't just make instant money, print money by grading cards anymore. You have to be more selective. You have to pick out the right cards. I mean, there's still nice cards that you can grade, but you just have to be smart about it. Before, you didn't have to be smart. You could grade anything and make money. But as the market corrects, this is causing problems at grading companies, and that during the boom greatly ramped up their production and capability, hiring a bunch of people, buying all these facilities, and now the market's shrinking back to normal, and people aren't sending in as many cards to get graded. So that brings me to my 2023 predictions. And this video is getting to be pretty long, so I need to hurry through these. I think grading in 2023 will return to pre-pandemic pricing, as less cards are worth sending in, and grading companies will have to have a price war to get cards sent in from people. And you know, definitely the trend is people are not grading as much. I mean, you might not think so, but trust me, people are not sending in as many cards to get graded. And so there'll be market after effects of that. So maybe all this supply of cards that got sent in during the pandemic, maybe those will start to dry up, and graded card prices might start going up, but I don't think they will in 2023. I think it's going to take a while for the market to absorb all these cards. All right, I think Topps will continue to move towards selling direct to customers online, which is going to probably hurt hobby shops, but quality and pricing problems will continue to plague Topps, and customers that get burned might go away from the hobby. And there's already been a bunch that have. Topps Chrome baseball was such a disaster. I'm sure they lost a pretty nice percentage of people that are just fed up with it. It was terrible. And you still see, even today, they're kind of overpricing things and causing people to just be turned off from it and go do other things. So I think that's going to continue in 2023. And I think they're not going to be able to fix all these card quality problems instantly. It's going to take time, because these last few sets have been terrible. So with more direct to customer selling, there will be Panini and Topps are both selling things directly to customers more and more. Online breakers will have a tougher time, and these thousands and thousands of breakers, or many of them, are going to fall to the wayside. And the ones that survive are going to be the ones that have a really strong following and have a really good customer service reputation. The ones that are kind of shady, I think people will figure out, maybe people will wisen up to these shady ones and go use a reliable, reputable breaker. Who knows? And hopefully a lot of people wisen up to why are you paying so much to get in these breaks? Breaks are expensive, and you rarely come out ahead. And I think people, a lot of these people that got into breaking this past year are probably going to come to that realization that they're wasting some money doing breaks. So, and plus with the market shrinking, it's going to be a tough year for breakers. There's going to be a bunch of the more shady ones and ones that don't have a big following. They're going to have to go away probably. My prediction on MetaZoo for 2023, they're going to have a tough time regaining their momentum, but smaller print runs will keep the small collector base interested, like people like me. I'm still interested in MetaZoo, and I do like that the print runs are going back to more reasonable numbers, because I'm still able to get them at a good price, and there's way less out there. So there's actually, you know, a little more chance that I'm pulling something rare. And it's hard to explain print runs and stuff. You want to be able to find some, but yet you still want it to be worth something someday. Yeah, you know. But just have fun with it. I also think that since they burnt so many bridges with TCG shops and sellers with this map pricing fiasco, that this may ultimately doom them in the long run as they continue to shrink back. At some point, they're going to have to repair some of those relationships with card gaming stores, because that's where people go to buy TCG cards. If no one has the cards of your game, you're going to go away quickly. So MetaZoo needs to work on repairing those relationships. And they think they can survive on just a small core of collectors, and I think it'll become more of a niche thing, but they seem like they're going to survive a year through 2023. We'll see. We'll watch print runs and see how that goes, but if they don't repair those relationships, I don't know how long it can go on. And then to close up with Pokemon in 2023, well, they're starting the new generation with Scarlet and Violet. So it's kind of hard to predict how collectors and players will react to the new generation. It seems like when Pokemon goes to a new generation, the popularity wildly fluctuates at those times. So it's kind of have to remain to be seen if players and collectors enjoy the Scarlet and Violet era, or if it continues to boom. Right now they are on fire with Sword and Shield and Sun and Moon, and those two generations really grew the brand. Will Scarlet and Violet continue the momentum? I think they have to take a step back, because Sword and Shield is just so great with all the alternate arts and stuff. They're going to have to come up with some really neat stuff for a new generation in Scarlet and Violet. But we'll get to see what goes down. Alright, thank you for watching. What do you guys think? What are your predictions? Put them down in the comments, and let us know. What do you think? And also, what were your favorite memories of 2022 collecting hobbies? Oh, I didn't even mention Marvel. You know, Marvel was pretty fun in 2022. There weren't many Marvel sets, but we did get Spider-Man Metal. That was a really cool set. I really liked it. We got PMGs that were actually pretty nice. We didn't get a Masterpieces set in 2022, but maybe it's just been delayed. They usually do one every 2 years. I can't wait for the next one of those, and hopefully the prices will be affordable. Every other one has been affordable on release. We'll have to see in 2023, but I would guess in 2023 we see the next Masterpieces set from Marvel. Alright, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Later.